All right, hello and welcome everybody back to another stream. I'm your SimCFI, and I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Today we're going to be, for the first time in a long time, in the Leonardo MD-88. This is an aircraft I had back in, I believe it was out for P3D. So I had it for P3D, and it might have, I don't think it was an FSX, but I'm pretty sure I had it in P3D for sure. And it's an aircraft I used in 2020 as well. And it's awesome that we got a big update for it in 2024 with their 20th anniversary update. I think it's a small cost, like an update fee, but it's nothing crazy to go from what you had to this one. So we'll be taking this airplane from Omaha to Atlanta. Kind of a retro Delta kind of ops kind of thing we're going to do. And I've kind of made it a little bit earlier in the day. It's midday real world, but I've made it kind of morning, so you get a nice beautiful sunrise, and we can see the cockpit lighting a bit and all that. So we're going to be in Vertical Sim Omaha, which brings me to a point. If you guys want to check out anything in terms of simulator, discount codes and stuff like that, you can check out the description where all the partners, we have all the partners laid out down there, discount codes and all sorts of good stuff for you down there. So really appreciate all you guys who use that, and I appreciate all the partners as well for being partners. So, without further ado, we'll take a quick look on the outside of this airplane, and then we're going to get in on the inside and start setting it up. So, it's a very good looking airplane. They did an amazing job with the textures. As you can see here. Like, that just looks fantastic, in my opinion at least. Oh, the dirt, the grime, the wear, the tear. Looks absolutely fantastic. For any of you guys that want to get into this airplane and think it's very difficult, hopefully that'll be demystified today. I'm not the best at flying it. I mean, this is probably the first time I've flown in a little bit. However, it's not that bad. It has a VNAV. It has an auto throttle. It even has auto land if you need to do that. So it's not that bad. It's just a little quirky, but I find that entertaining in flight sims when things are quirky. So I'm enjoying it so far. Look at that. Beautiful engine modeling. Now a quirk of this aircraft is when you move your control column, your yoke, in most airplanes you move the aileron, right? And then you have aileron trim. In this airplane, you actually move the trim tabs, which in turn move the aileron. It's very strange. If it feels sluggish, that's actually on purpose. And same with the elevator as well. You move the elevator trim tab with your yoke when you pitch up and down, and then the elevator in turn moves. It's very strange. I don't think I've really seen that on any other type of airplane really, but just look at the modeling of that. Look how good that looks. It just looks fantastic on 2024. And we do have reshade running today as well for the first time, so hopefully it looks good as well. Aiden, hello, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. We're going to jump in the flight deck here, and you can see that everything is beautifully modeled and recreated for us. Yeah, we're just going to get... Oh, I clicked something. I clicked our trim by accident. We're just going to get started here. So we're just at the gate. And we guess we can open our forward main. We can get that going. We can turn GSX on. And we're going to leave that closed for the time being. We can connect the GPU. We can connect the, actually I don't need the air start unit, just some AC is all I need. This is the fuel requested. This is the fuel on board, so it's pretty identical actually. We're pretty good. So that's all looking good. You got a maintenance section as well. You can open up the radome, the gear doors, all that sorts of stuff. Any of aircraft options as well. To put that brightness a little bit lower. There we go. We're going to leave this on the weight and balance page. We're going to press load OFP. That is the wrong one. Import from SimBrief. There we go. You can see our weight just shifted a little bit. So now we're all good to go. Jimmy, hello. Welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're going to go ahead and get up to the overhead panel. And what we're going to do is we're going to find the battery. The battery is right here. And then we're going to select our ground power on. Get some life in this airplane.
Autopilot.
Awesome. Now you can see some stuff is starting to come to life a little bit. The lights are blinking. Just look how fantastic this airplane looks. The sounds are not terrible. They're not great, but they're not terrible. This even works. That's kind of cool. That's really cool, actually. We'll come back to that. Clear that master caution. We'll come over to the right-hand side of the first officer side. He has some of the lights on this side. So we're going to check the... I believe it's the anti-collision lights will come on. Nope, not that one. That's the beacon. I don't want that one on. Just the position lights. Now you got your nav lights on, as they're traditionally called. Ivan, hello, welcome. Jimmy says, I've owned the MD since FSX. Fantastic aircraft. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's really, really awesome. I implore people to give this airplane a try. I know it seems hard and difficult. It really isn't. Like it's like your Airbus, just a little bit more button pressing. It's almost like your 7.3. It's pretty much like your 737, actually. Just buttons in different places. Dominic, hello, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by, Dom. Hope you're doing well. And I'll be honest, guys, this is the first time I've used this airplane in quite a while, so I probably will do things wrong or out of order, but I'm just going to have fun with it and see where things go. So we'll turn the galley power on. You can see that everything is... It's kind of all over the place, but at the same time, it isn't. Like, you have your engine start section here next to your fuel tanks, or fuel pumps, sorry. You got some lighting, no smoking signs down there. Your anti-ice system is down here. Your APU panel is all here. It's labeled APU. You can see that there. So everything has a spot. It's just like, to my eyes, it's a little all over the place. But I'm sure when you get used to it, it's more than fine. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go downstairs and set up the box. All I've done so far is from the battery on, the ground power on, and that is it. We can tell with the built-in GSX here to start. Oh, that's not the right one. To start loading the airplane up. All right, you do that. I think I gotta fix my views a little bit. They're a little, little broken. Let me get my chase plane out. There we go. We've set that view. Might as well do them all. EFB. Save that view there. Pilot number 1 I like. Pilot number 2 I like. And that's good as well. Maddie, hello, welcome. Hello. This certainly seems like a challenge to fly. It really isn't. I can't stress that enough. It really isn't. I know it seems like there's a lot of buttons and stuff, but I'm telling you, if you can fly a 737 in the sim, you can fly this airplane in the sim. It really isn't too much more. I know it looks very analog, but you got screens, you got auto thrust, you have VNAV, you have auto land. It is a really good airplane to fly. Really fun one. It's a little more challenging in some regards than the 7.3, but a little less challenging in some other parts. So, but yeah, I love it. I think if you buy it, you'll really enjoy it too. Position. We're gonna go to the next page, and we're gonna grab the GNSS coordinate. Oh yeah, I forgot you can't do that on this one. I'm just going to make sure it's 41.17.9. Let's just make sure that's the same. 17.9. We can copy this one and put it here. Oh wait, what am I doing? Hold clear. Oh, I guess that's not a thing in the MD-88. In the RJ, you can hold clear and it gets rid of the whole line. But we can copy this GNSS coordinate and put it there. There we go. See, we're learning already. That ticking you're hearing, that constant annoying ticking, is the standby instruments. All these gauges is what's causing all that. People are boarding up. Perfect. Alrighty. So I believe this does have a Simbrief fruit. I think I have to type it like this: KOMAKATL. I think it should grab it. Yes, it does. So, Omaha to Atlanta. Don't have a runway assignment just yet. There's our flight planned route, all in there from SimBrief. We're going to activate, and we'll execute that. Go back to the route page, and we're going to select our departing SID and runway. So let me bring up the charts on my other monitor here. Alrighty, so the weather in Omaha, it's actually, as you see, it's a beautiful day. There's light wind. They're using runway 14 left, 14 right, and 18. So, 14 right seems to be the closest to me that I want to use. So we'll use 14 right. We'll press departure and arrival. It's going to be the Omaha 1 departure off runway 14 right. We'll execute that. Then we'll select our arrival, departure arrival, index. Arrival in Atlanta, we're doing the chipper 1. We're not going to select an approach just yet. I'm just going to put the chipper run, and it's going to be via Matu. Perfect. Execute all that. Just like your 737. Same thing, guys. Alrighty, so, and it's going to walk you through. We're going to click perf init. Our cruise altitude today is going to be 350. I'm finding that on my flight plan. So 350. Go ahead and insert that. Our fuel / schedule, we are loaded with 19,950. So 19.9 / normal schedule, normal burn. Our 0-fuel-8. Let's see if that's been loaded already. Just checking the flight plan. We should be roughly on the ramp. We should be 100 and... Actually, we're a little heavier than the flight plan says. Yeah, we're supposed to be 124,000. So let me go over here. Weight and balance. Zero fuel is 1113. So 111.3, and then a 0-fuel-8 CG is right there as well. So 111.3. The reserve fuel today is going to be 3.0, and then the cruise wind roughly 328/50. Icy deviation in Celsius is 3 degrees positive. And there we go. That's our top of climb outside air temperature. Transition altitude of 18,000. That all works for me. Takeoff. That's the temperature right now. And then we get our V speed. So we're going to calculate this through our EFB. Performance. Airport is KOMA. Insert that. It's dry. 14 right. There we go. Dry, optimum, the wind. We can probably autofill. Here we go. We can autofill that stuff. Grabs our takeoff weight as well. Grab the altimeter, although it's supposed to be 3003, so I didn't grab it. 3003. We'll insert that. The anti-ice is off. The packs will be on. We do not need to force a toga takeoff. Outside air temperature, it put that massive thing in there, massive weight. We're going to put 21 degrees, calculate that. There we go. So we got a flap 13. I'll show you how we do that. Our flex temperature of 39, V126, 3140, and then our VREF flap 40 if we need it is 130 if we're coming back to land, I guess. Which hopefully we don't need to do that. So 26, 31, and 40. 126, 131, 140. That goes in there. And then we're going to go, I believe, we go over here for a flex temp. We select our automatic reverse thrust to off. I think that's what that stands for from memory. We select takeoff flex, and then we set the assumed temperature to 39. There we go. And we have our N1 limit there, 2.06. Oh, I clicked it. There we go. Our EPR limit of 1.97. Go ahead and hold our standby artificial horizon. Get that all caged up. Or uncaged, I should say. Awesome, that's good to go. So V-speeds are in, flex temps in. You can see the APR flex has been inserted on the FMS. I just grabbed that number and threw it in there by itself. We have to set our trim. So the way you calculate the trim is you find your center of gravity on takeoff and you input your flap setting. So our flap setting is 13. Our center of gravity, press this, weight and balance. Our takeoff center of gravity is 18.4. So we're going to come down here. 18 is right here, and then you have 0.4. Nope, that's not how that works. Sorry. You just guessed down here, 18.4. That's good enough. So this is where the trim should be. This is where the trim is. So we'll have to trim nose down to match these up. And that'll get rid of the trim warning on takeoff for you. All right, about there somewhere. Awesome. Next, you're going to want to leave your, this is your outflow valve. It's kind of weird that it's positioned like this, but you're going to want to leave it up for automatic. So even if I go ahead and close the outflow valve door, I put it back to automatic, it resets itself back to automatic and closes the door. We're going to pre-select our flap setting to 13. Right there, flap 13. That's pre-selected for us. Our transponder we can put in the alt-off position.
TCAS system test, okay.
Thank you. Let's put the panel lights a little bit more there. And we're going to come down back all the way down here and put our pneumatic air up as well. Awesome. People are still boarding. Our IRSs are still, I believe, aligning. No, actually they're all in. So let's go ahead and set up our FCP by this point. So 140 was the V1. We'll set 140 is the V2. And we'll bug V2 plus 10 of 150. Our heading on takeoff, 14 right is 142. Is the runway course, 142. And then our altitude on the takeoff, Omaha, SID, is jets up to 5,000. So we'll pre-select 5,000. There we go. And that has all been set and ready to go. Gonna turn our left flight director on, our right flight director on, and we should be able to arm nav mode. As you guys can see, nav is armed, and we should be able to arm VNav. Maybe not. We'll just press the takeoff buttons once we get on the runway there. So we're basically awaiting boarding. These are our hydraulics down here. I believe the aux pump gets turned on now. I actually forget about this. I'll turn it on for now as I don't have my engine driven pump. So we'll leave the I guess we'll have the hydraulic aux pump on. That sounds good. I honestly couldn't tell you. Squawk wise, we'll just squawk 2000. We'll enter that. There's no ATC on right now. And yeah, we're basically good to go. Just gonna get the APU started and we'll be on our way. There's the door messages right there. Is everyone boarding up? Go take a look outside this beautiful, beautiful airplane. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the way. A little slow today, but it is a little early, so hopefully hopefully more people take a look at this beautiful airplane later on. It is a beautiful, beautiful plane. kind of regretting my decision to tell GSX to board. I could have just pushed back right now. Let me get my Moby flight working. There we go. Now I got Moby flight working. So I'm using my wing control Airbus FCU to make the autopilot work. What scenery is this? This is Vertical Sims Omaha. It's absolutely amazing, I think. You can get it on the Contrail web shop. It'd be cool if we put our flight number there. Again, guys, we do have a ton of discount codes down below, so if you do want to purchase the scenery, I do have a Contrail code, but it's a one-time use, so maybe you want to save it for a bigger purchase. Ivan, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's like I saw that guy before. Oh, we got a Southwest 7.3 over there. By the way, guys, I just checked out the brand new CSS 737-500 update today, and it seems like it's pretty streamable, so we'll be taking a look at that airplane later on. Hopefully later this week. Yeah, that's that same guy, exactly. You know what? These are the United gates. It's kind of cool that it models like the different gates. My jet bridge somehow got disconnected. I don't know why. You know what? I wish GSX had a button like hurry up boarding or like fast board. But anyways, let's go up top. We're gonna turn on our APU. So we are gonna select the APU into the run, and then we're gonna select it into the start position. And let go. Give you guys some outside sounds. Oh, Maddie, I didn't know you can do that. Okay. In the settings, you have to. I guess you have to leave the game, and then open up the FSDT settings. You can do that. Mr. Owls, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by, Owls. I want to see this playing on your channel, Owls. By the way, I think you'll like it. I mean, I love it. It's Delta, so you like Delta. At least it used to be. This plane's such a great mix of like a retro airplane. Modern-ish, like it has VNAV, it has auto throttle, it has auto land, you know, it can do all that kind of stuff, but then, you know, you have to manually calculate your trim and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of cool stuff with this airplane. At least I enjoy it. I know a lot of people don't, but this is my type of flight sim. This is a little the older stuff. Seatbelts are on, no smoking on there. Put those both on. The APU is available to be put on the bus, so we'll select the APU on, and we've selected ground power off, and I believe there's an APU air somewhere. I swear there's an APU air somewhere. I'll go ahead and turn the, oh, there we go. Ground services. Go away. Disconnect the GPU. Disconnect the air conditioning. Real life, it's a bad idea to run your PAX APU and the ground air at the same time, just because most airplanes won't get affected by it, but the actual ground cart will be affected by it. So there it is, air condition on, and we can select the PAX on. Now we'll have the rush of airflow come into the system. We can go and set up our pressurization panel here. I don't know why this is so dark to see, but maybe there's a light somewhere. Where would I put a light? Probably down here. Nope, that does the floods. Although that does look really good. There we go. Perfect. So, our landing elevation in Atlanta. Roughly 1,000 feet. So we'll put that on to 10, which is 1,000 feet. Then our landing barometric altimeter we'll set up probably later, but currently in Atlanta, it is 3020. A little nice high pressure down there. 3020. And I always want to make sure I kind of just set that back to primary and make sure the lights are up. So that's all perfect and ready to go as well. Awesome. So now our burn and fuel, the APU is running now. We can do the intended call. I think there's a PA function too.
PA and emergency light test.
There you go. Yeah, so you can do that. And I think once you board up and everything, close the doors, you press it again.
Emergency lights off.
And go. Yeah, so we're just kind of chilling and waiting. Very, very well modeled, this airplane, in my opinion. I'll make sure. I think there was something on this side, just to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. What's really strange is all your settings are here for your screens. So I'll click data. Your plan mode, the FM or the nav screen, arc or your rows. You have your range. I think boarding has concluded. Oh, they closed my door. Well, that's kind of cool. That's like a real life function then. Because usually the FAs will say you're clear for the door, and they'll close that door, and they'll close the outside door as well. Did they do that? Yes, they did. That's really cool. The fuel truck is trying to drive into me. Don't worry about that. Nighthawk, hello, welcome. How good? Haven't missed the takeoff? No, you haven't. We're just getting set up. This fuel truck's trying to ruin the flight, but we're just boarded up. APU is running. There's no one for clearance, so we got the trim set. The flap will be set, ready to go. Auto brake will be done later. What we can do is go down here. Should be a PA running. That's why this is... Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
PA and emergency light test.
Huh. I thought when that happens, there's a PA and I would be able to hear it. But anyways.
Lights off.
No, emergency lights. Yeah, whatever. Go away. All right, GSX time. And we're going to click prepare for pushback and departure. We do not need... no, we don't need to do that. We'll be more than fine. We can click this. It'll set our speed bugs for us, which is kind of cool. And then I should probably get on the CTAF freak. 32.1. See if I can do this with my P-Rare Korea panel. See if it worked. 32 ones in the standby. 32 ones in the active. Perfect. I think that worked. Yo, Mike, hello, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm thinking about getting back into the sim. I've been taking a break. Dude, get back into the sim and get in this airplane. This thing is really, really good. I don't know why this weird glare is happening on that red handle, but don't worry about that. Oh, look at that. That's a good that's a good spot to put lights for this. It's such a gorgeous airplane in the sim. And again, I know it seems difficult, and it can be in some cases, I guess, but it really is just as easy as your 7.3. All right, we're gonna go nose to the right, I believe. Yes, nose to the right. Tail left. And release those for you. I think. And release. It was never on. Awesome. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come up to the top here, and I'll put the sim sounds at the top at the very maximum. You guys let me know if it's too loud. I'm going to turn the SCART pump on. I'm going to turn the packs off. I can now select the ignition. We'll just do ignition B. Fuel pumps. And I think we should be able to start number 2 first here. Click and hold. Oh, that's part of the rear lights in our position. There we go. Got the N2 rising. I think it's 20%. We add the N2. We add the fuel, sorry. So keep it like the RJ number. Come down here. We'll put fuel on 2. And you're going to see the light off with the EGT as the fuel starts to ignite and burn. There it goes. EGT light off. Give you guys a sound back here. The sounds need a little bit of work. Sorry for your eardrums. Alrighty, so way to set the parking brake is click both brakes, or hold both brakes with your feet. Click and hold the brake with the parking brake, let go of your feet, and then let go of the brake, and that works. I would like to get rid of the chocks if that's possible. Don't know why there's chocks there. Huh. Yeah, you're good to go. Whoa. Won't be able to move them with those chocks there, so hopefully that's going to get rid of that. We'll start number 1. Click and hold number 1. Oh. There we go. You got the N2 rising. Yeah, Nighthawk, looks like there's chocks in the gear here. See that? I don't know why they're there. But they're there. We're going to add fuel in 1. Give you guys a back view here. Sounds need a little bit of work. kind of interesting how the front, I guess, gate doesn't move at all. It's just the inner ones. Alright, so both engines have been started. The parking brake is set. Now, just like a 737, we're going to transfer the APU power onto the engines. And do I remember how to do that? I think the gens are in automatic. Yes, they're already on. The left gen and right gen are already on. So we just turn the left APU off, the right APU power off, and now the gens have been taken over by the engines. We can select our ignition back to the off pump, or off section, start pump to off, air conditioning off, APU off as well. Awesome. Our packs can go to the auto position. Close our starter gates there. The APU's on the shutdown. Our hydraulics down here are already in the high position, so the aux pump can be turned off. Our flaps can be set to the dial position, so it'll set to 13. I have to click it because my flap handle might not be able to go there, so. There we go, 13. And we'll go take a look back here. The flaps are already set. Parking brake and the ART and up, that's on purpose. The taxi light nose can come on there to bright, doesn't really matter. Beacon light should have been on, that's my fault there. And the transponder also should have been on, that's my fault. There we go, transponding. Now, there's the APU shut off, you can kind of hear it. Maybe you need to go in walker mode to remove them. Ooh, that'd be annoying, but... Oh, they're gone. Okay, I don't know why they're gone, but they're gone. Oh, that's good. Parking brake off. And the airplane, yeah, just starts to creep on its own power. You can see it's just starting to move just a little bit. We'll bring our legs page up. Let's sit a little bit closer. I feel like I'm far behind here. And bring the yoke back as well. The animations in this airplane, like, look how nice this looks when you move everything. Looks really good. Now, I believe in this aircraft, I can arm the auto thrust now and then hit the toga button. But I'm just going to wait because I know I'm going to mess it up. I also forget if this needs to be armed for takeoff as well, kind of like the Airbus style. So, I'm going to say it does, so I'm just going to leave them there. But I could be completely wrong about that. But yeah, we're just taxiing over. And we'll be taking, we're on, I'll take the next right turn on Foxtrot, then I'll take the left turn Alpha, and that'll bring us all the way to 14 right. Make sure my push to talk is set up. Omaha traffic, it is Delta 1125, taxiing Foxtrot Alpha short 14 right, Omaha. Now, it's very important to have very good FMA awareness, flight mode annunciator. So we got flex of 39, nav is armed, LNAV is armed, heading hold, and alt hold. That should go takeoff, I believe, if I click this. No, that's go around this. There we go, takeoff, and now if I put the auto throttle on, it'll just go. So I don't know what the procedure for that is in real life. If they arm the auto throttle, then on the runway, they probably press that. That seems more correct than arming takeoff before, but I don't know. But as soon as I click that auto thrust on, it's going to go straight to takeoff mode. That was a good idea with walking on. I didn't even think about that. But, they just weren't there anymore. So maybe GSX did something, I'm not sure. alpha. Yeah, the sounds the sounds in the front need to work. I do recognize though that the engines are very far behind, so you wouldn't hear them as much, but you'd still hear some stuff, right? So let me go ahead and lower the sounds a little bit for you guys, just in case if it gets too loud. And I'm not nowhere near the center line, so we'll go ahead and do that. Put some power and we'll get a bit quicker down the straight. What's your opinion on VATSIM making the min age to 16? I think it's a pro and a con. Let me rearm nav here. There's nav armed again. The pro is obviously it should hopefully get a little bit more mature on VATSIM. The con is, you know, when I started on VATSIM I was 14. So if you're mature enough, I think you should be able to do it and practice as early as you like. The problem is, as usual, is other people ruin that. So that's just kind of the way it is, unfortunately. Leonardo did a fantastic job on the texturing of this airplane. It just looks fantastic. This is one of the best looking airplanes in the sim. I think this and the MD-11 look absolutely fantastic. Obviously the Phoenix looks good too, because that's the Phoenix. It's been out for a long time. But I think this looks incredible to me. Regarding the GSX PAX density, there's a button for GSX settings in the main GSX menu, but it may not be visible since the plane uses GSX remote. Oh, I see. I think I could turn the remote off, so I can probably try that for next time for sure. Can you say it again? I got an ad. What's your opinion? Oh, I was saying, Mike, that it's a pro and a con. The pro is that it should get a little bit more mature on VATSIM, but the con is if you are a bit more mature for your age, at the younger ages, you're not allowed to use it. So I started on VATSIM when I was about 14, so I wouldn't even be able to do it. So in that regard, it kind of it's not cool. But unfortunately, they probably just want to keep a standard on the network, right? That VOR beacon, not even a VOR, what is that? I think that's the RVR, the transmissometer. I can't even tell, it's just glowing. So that's definitely a good night beacon. Some FedEx caravans there. Yeah, I mean, this airplane is just so nice. Let's go ahead and turn our floods off. We don't need any flood. There we go. Oh, auto brake. Almost forgot. RTO. Click the switch. Now it's armed. Looking forward for the Leonardo 2024 native version. Yeah, this is the 20th anniversary updated one. I think, isn't that what this is? This is like the brand new updated one. I could be wrong about that though. There is a small update fee. Mr. Ian, hello, welcome. Afternoon, stranger. Omaha traffic, Delta 1125, lining up runway 14 right. Alright, on the lineup, let's get all this on. Position and strobe on the lights over there. TCAS all the way to the right, TARA. Weather radar is not required. Ignition. Not sure what they do with the ignition on the takeoff. We'll just leave it in the off position. What's cool, guys, though, is I was saying earlier before you guys jumped in, notice when I added an aileron input, it just moves the trim. Your ailerons actually don't move. Same with the elevator. It just moves the trim. It does not move the actual surface, which is such a strange design of the MD-80. That's how it is in real life. You move the yoke, it just does the trim of that surface, and then in turn it moves the actual surface. That's why it's so sluggish, and when you see them land, they're really fighting it because they're not moving a whole lot. 14 rights verified. Alrighty, so just to make sure, I'm just going to click that takeoff button once again. If I can even see it. There we go. It blends right in. And basically, I'm going to run the engines up, and we're going to click the auto thrust on. I think in retrospect, I should do auto thrust on and then press the takeoff button. That's 99% probably what they do. But I'm going to run these engines up. That sounds good, actually. Auto thrust on. EPR flex 99. The flaps are set. I'm gonna reject the takeoff there. The flap is set to 13. Or did I accidentally click it? Let me go ahead and bring my actual physical flap all the way up. Click. Click. There we go. 13. I probably clicked it when I was switching views. Cancel the warning. If I can remember how. Alright, well anyways. Auto thrust on. And nav should be rearmed. There we go. Probably clicked it mid thing. Get your togas in chat, guys. That sounds really good, actually. That's checked. No speed gauge in the screen. It's all on the gauges here, guys. V1. Pulling back on the stick, nice and gentle. Just let the airplane gain its lift. Let it take off. Gear up. All that smoke, that's good for the environment. Don't worry about that. Alrighty, we have nav track has been captured. I will now select VNAV. So we have nav track, VNAV climb. And again, guys, you're just moving a trim surface, so be sure to, you know, use the ailerons as necessary. We're going to pull the altitude selector for alt select at 5,000 feet. So we have arm to level off at 5,000 feet. I will select the autopilot on. The autopilot is doing FMS EPR, it's controlling the engines. 5,000 feet's the level off. Nav LNAV mode and VNAV climb. That's what we're doing right now. It's very important to keep an eye on this thing. Let's put ourselves a little higher. 8,000, arm that for right now, but let's go all the way up to our cruise altitude, which was 350. Pull, 35,000 is armed, and we're going to give ourselves a direct, because right now we're in LNAV towards OVR. I'm just gonna cut it. Direct intercept. Direct. That looks great. Execute it. And we're in LNAV mode. It's in the left-hand turn. Now, the airplane is smart enough to not exceed 250 knots. You can see it's bugged it for itself. We're going to go flaps all the way in the up position. And the slats as well. And we are now blasting off out of Omaha, passing 4,000 feet. Syncing that heading bug. Now I do have an MC or the wing control FCU, so I can manipulate my autopilot panel just with that. And you can see it's doing a really good job of holding that 250 knots. We're in LNAV mode, VNAV climb. It's just like your 737, guys. It really is. There's top of climb. There's our next waypoint. I think I need to display traffic on this, or does it automatically display with the TCAS on? You do have your TCAS here, so if you do get a TCAS RA, like a resolution, it'll put a green band and a red band. Fly towards the green and not the red. So if it says climb, climb, you'll get a green band of where it wants you to go. But that's it, guys. We're on our way. There's no fancy tricks. We're gonna disarm our spoiler. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of our we'll get rid of our lights through 10,000, but what we can do is turn our ground floodlights off and our nose light. Oh no, you can stay. And that's about it. Now these lights extend out of the wing clip right here, so they go up into the wing. I believe with these out, they give you like a 10 knot decrease or something, or 5 each light or something like that, but they do have a drag penalty. So if you do need to descend quicker in a descent, just extend those out. I don't know what the speed limit is on the lights, but now we can go climb EPR, which it's doing anyways, but that's just a visual for us to know. And I accidentally clicked my map mode here. We'll put back to the, oh, clicked it again, arc. There we go. You have terrain selected. Oh, why is it doing that? There. Okay. Stop. Stop changing. We're through 10,000 feet. We're going to retract our lights. The lights are going on in. You hear stabilizer motion as I went outside. That's just the trim, just letting you know that, whoa, chase plane. That's how you know the trim tab is moving. The airplane automatically starts to nose down from its 4,000 per minute to climb to about 800 as it accelerates to its climb speed. All in VNAV, it does it for you. Not a hard aircraft to fly, guys. I'm trying to break that myth. It's not a hard airplane to fly. It actually does a lot for you. There is quirks, and you know, you got to get used to them, but it's not that bad. You can see that we are pressurizing here. The cabin is climbing, which is nice. So that's all going really well. That's it. I think it's been pretty smooth. Let's go ahead and release the belts in auto. I don't know what happens if I click this. No, not that. This one. Where's your vertical speed info? Right here. Right there. We're at 2,000 feet per minute, 2,500 feet. Right there. You can lower that, brighten it up, whatever you want to do. Your PFD brightness is right here. You can lower the brightness of your PFD. And then your bottom display is the thick knob. The top one is your weather radar brightness. Sorry, I just had a phone call there. That's it. All you hear is the clicking, which probably in real life you hear more of a rush of air as well, I'd imagine. I do acknowledge the engines are far back, so you might not hear those. In the CRJ, we don't really hear them that much either. But you'd probably hear the rush of air quite a bit. Now, there's nothing for sounds here, but ooh, auto arm altitude is a nice feature, but we're not going to do that. Headset and PAX cabin seats? No, turn that off. That's maybe why. There we go. It's still not that loud there, but I mean, just look how gorgeous this airplane is. It's just absolutely beautiful looking. It's so well created. Look at the wing. Look at this. Like, look at the texturing of that. I'm a textures guy, so it doesn't look good. I just don't like flying it. Other than some select aircraft like the 727 needs a little bit of work, but I just love it too much. This video or this stream is demystifying the difficulty of this airplane a little bit. It really isn't that bad. There is some extra steps you got to take, but it's a 737 with a couple extra steps really in some areas. Other than that, I think you'll thoroughly enjoy your time flying it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the sounds a little bit lower for you guys there. But it says, when you fly the CRJ, do you use the default jazz livery, or is there a better one? There is a better one. I use the Hues texture mod, I believe it's called. HUES texture mod. By the way, guys, I'm making a updated, brand new CRJ tutorial series. It'll be in parts rather than a full video. So part 1, part 2, part 3, and all that kind of stuff. I made the first part today. I'll probably get it launched today as well. I'll probably make a couple more tomorrow. The first video is going to be just control mapping and EFB settings. And so we're going to take it step by step, and hopefully everybody will be able to fly the CRJ. And if I get any bugs, I'll leave that in the tutorial, and I'll say how to combat the bugs. Ian, please do yourself a favor, and you have to at least watch some more videos on this aircraft, and then just pull the trigger, man. It's so good. Voice crack. It's so good. It was good back in P3D in the FSX days. It's even better now. The only thing that really needs the change is the sounds. The sounds are a little lacking, but other than that, it's all good. And this airplane keeps you on your toes. It doesn't keep you on your toes as much as an RJ would, because there's auto throttle in this. It does the thrust for you. So you don't have to worry about that. But it keeps you on your toes in terms of this alt cell. Let's say, for example, I got given a different altitude to descend or climb to. And if I just change this, notice that goes away. So now it'll just climb indefinitely. Let's go back 35. I must set the altitude I want and click. And now it's selected to level off at 35 grand. By the way, let's do our transition altitude. We'll press B for transition. There we go. But yeah, Ian, I mean, the textures are fantastic. The performance is amazing with this, which is kind of weird because it looks very good. Turn our auto brakes back to off. The flight model is pretty decent. I think it replicates the whole trim tab thing that I was talking about earlier very well. So I think you'll really enjoy it. If you love flight sims, I think you'll really enjoy it. I think what's funny is I flew on Helsinki to Riga back in the early 1990s and never bothered to check it out. It's kind of a Boeing Airbus hybrid in the best way possible. It is. There's not much of Airbus. It's mainly Boeing. I mean, like just like you do in your 737, you start your engines, right? And after you start your engines, you're going to go through the same process. You're going to just make sure that the generators are on the engines. You're going to disconnect the APU off the bus. From there, you can turn your APU off. From there, you can do your whole bleed situation, which in this one, you just put to auto, which is kind of nice. You just put them in there. I guess we could put the temperature. Can I not bring that to... There we go, auto. So it's all the same things, right? From there, you're going to go down here. You can set your ignition if you need to. Your auto brake is down all the way over here. It has all the same stuff, just in different orders. But what I can recommend to you is if you fly the 737 quite a lot, and if you have a checklist or something you go by in the 7.3, do exactly what you do in the 7.3 in this airplane, and it'll work. Only thing that's different than the 7.3 is this dial trim, which you have to just get used to, and dial a flap, which you get used to as well. This thing moving on its own is the outflow valve. And basically, you don't really have to do anything with it. Just make sure this lever stays up in automatic mode. But what an outflow valve is... If I can show it to you, if I can find where it is. It's going to be a little... It's probably this guy right there. It's going to be a little door that opens up. Sometimes they're in really weird spots. But basically, the easiest way to think about an outflow valve is think of the fuselage, this whole tube here. Think if it was fully closed, completely sealed, with no opening at all. Eventually, as you're adding more air, because you want refreshing air and not the stale air, because you have to keep adding more air. If you were to keep adding air in a completely closed tube, it would explode, right? So what the outflow valve does is it slightly opens a small little door on this fuselage to the outside air and lets the pressurized air in here escape. And that's what keeps it pressurized. It's probably that actually right there. That's what keeps the airplane pressurized with refreshing new air and doesn't explode. So every airplane has one. Just for some reason, you can control it right here. And the 737 has the exact thing, and you can control it as well. It's on the overhead panel. But in this airplane, it's a giant dial. So it looks complicated, but I'm telling you, it's all the same stuff from other aircraft. It really isn't anything too crazy. And look, we've been in VNAV this whole time. We're still in nav mode. We're in LNAV, VNAV, climb. Climb's like a rocket. I'm almost past 30,000 feet. I'm still doing 2,000 a minute, and that's a 300 knot climb. For comparison, on like a pretty medium to heavy load in the RJ, we do 280 knot climbs, and so 20 knots slower. And around this altitude, we're getting maybe 800 to 1,000 feet per minute. So this airplane is a rocket. Enzo says, "Hi CFI, thanks for responding to reactions on your YouTube. You're on one of the few content creators that respond to comments." Yeah, man. I mean, that's why I say leave comments. I'm going to respond to it. So I really love when you guys do leave comments. And as I said, I'm making that new CRJ tutorial series. So if you do enjoy it, be sure to leave a comment, and I will be sure to read and comment. We got an 80 knot tailwind, which is nice. But Enzo, I really appreciate you stopping by. Maddie says, looking forward to it. Any chance you can make more realistic CRJ checklist than what's available in the FB, not based on your company, of course? That's the hard part is... oh, I just turned my... There we go. Let's turn that back up. It went dark. That's the hard part is where do I draw the line? Is, you know, there is a certain way to do things in certain orders. So I'll have to experiment with that a little bit. But I can think about it, Maddie. Nighthawk says, I use JD's checklist for most of my aircraft, including RJ. I've never heard of that one, actually. Ian says, okay, so the MD-11 on the dial a flap setting, that's not too huge of a departure from what I remember. Exactly. It's an MD-11, basically. This airplane shares a lot of things with the MD-11. Even all its call-outs, stabilizer motion, fall lap, all that stuff, it's all the same from the MD. I think even this mechanism is the same, isn't it? Also, it makes an amazing sound. When these are armed and you land, it makes this beautiful mechanized like spoiler sound when you land. It sounds really, really good. But Ian, I can't speak more about this. I mean, maybe at the next Flight Sim Expo, if you still haven't bought it, you can try it there. I think it's usually on display at the FS Expo. So if you're coming this year, please give it a try when you're over there. But just look at this thing. Look how nicely textured this is. Like, it's just amazing. You can't move these, but imagine being this close to an engine. Your view is just an engine nacelle. And if I go back up to the front, this cabin lighting thing even worked, which I was astonished by. Upper sidewall, lower sidewall. Let's just put these to the maximum. Bright, 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 bright. Guess you can't really see it now, but probably in the nighttime. Can lower that a little bit. Don't really need too much light. We can go dim, dim. Lab lights are on. Entry can be turned off. Don't really need that anymore. I don't know if, let's see if the bathrooms work. No, I can't go in the bathroom either. I know that's a big I know that's a big problem for some people. The lights work though, as I have the no smoking light only on, not the seatbelt, so that works. It's a pretty wide cabin, 3x2 actually, now that I think about it. So that's 1,000 to go. Really like the MD-2 series. It's so different in Boeing and Airbus. It is. It is and is. Again, I think it's quite similar actually to Boeing in a lot of ways. Especially their older stuff, like their 727 and stuff like that. It's 500 feet to go. I love this thing though. It has a very high flap slat speed compared to Airbus and Boeing too. It does. You know what I am astonished about though, is you can see it says VNAV captured. So now it's going to level off, VNAV level. What I am impressed by was the A340-600. It had a slat speed of 280 knots, which I thought was incredible. That sound you're hearing is the auto throttle moving. Isn't that cool? There's the thrust being reduced. That sounds pretty good. Notice that sun right in my vision. Well, you can put this down. And there's a way. There you go. You just use your scroll wheel. You can slide it wherever you need it. There you go. I don't think I've ever used. It doesn't really do a great job. It doesn't actually do really anything, but it's there. I think this was actually supposed to be on our windshield heat. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. But our anti-ice on our engine and wing does not need to be turned on. I wish I was. It's been a zoo personally. I have to get back to YYZ, work on home, and then parents are moving. Oh, right. Yeah, you're doing the whole move. So we'll be putting addition to the house. That sounds like it'll be interesting. Like a lot of work too, a lot of money and work. That sound kind of gets annoying a little bit. Because it's just going to be constant auto throttle adjustments. Put a link to JDCRJ checklist into the Discord chat if anybody wants to check it. Oh, thanks, Nighthawk, for that. Jamie says, where can I find the Hue CRJ mod? Can't seem to find them. Let me see. It should be on flightsim.to. This one should work for you. I'll put it in the chat there. You have to look at CRJ liveries and come. Oh, yeah. And it says, real pilot of MD-82 said it's very easy to slow down and land compared to Airbus and Boeing. Yeah, I mean, they can put out, obviously you got spoiler. You obviously have the, I've heard it's a rock just by nature. It's like just like a brick. And the other thing is you can put these lights out, and extending the lights apparently adds a lot of drag too and helps you slow down. Sorry, my mic's been muted for a while here. I was saying that I think the new skin looks a lot better on the RJ than the older one. Although the old one did look pretty good too, but the new one's kind of unbeatable. And then I also mentioned that I hadn't heard about Jetsko at all, Nighthawk. But that'd be cool if there's a livery for that, because I'd probably use it. And then Enzo, I do plan on doing a Iberia, Barcelona to Lisbon or Porto stream. It would be kind of cool, I think. If we come down here, make that my new view. Alrighty. Legs? No. Probably going to be in progress. We're going to be there at 1414 Zulu. We're going to land with roughly 9,000 pounds of gas on board. And let's see, 1414 Zulu. Where would I put the clock? I remember it being right there, 1313. So we only have about an hour. That's not too bad. Reaper, hello, welcome home. How's the new modeling and texture on this aircraft? Worth the money? I think so. I paid whatever the update fee was. I think it looks really, really good. Look at that wing. Now I'm also using reshade this time. This is my first stream with reshade, so hopefully it looks good. I think it looks fantastic. There's the oleo right there. Those are pretty beefy looking, not flap struts, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think it looks very good, and in the nighttime, the night lighting really shines in the flight deck very, very well. Cabin probably needs some work, but the performance is also fantastic on it as well. It's where the jump seater would sit. This view always reminds me of like that scene in Catch Me If You Can, because I think he was the first flight he did in the movie was the MD-80, looked like it at least, or TC-9. Whoa, these are modeled? I don't want to click any of those. I'm just kind of scared, but there's circuit breaker modeling as well, which is I didn't even know that. That just got me a little got me a little more, I don't know what the word would be. I guess excited? Coat hanger. Flight deck access system. Right now it's in normal. If I do this, the door should open. There it is. It's kind of a bad door. And if I close that, it doesn't open. Yeah. A-Cars printer. This is a very, very military style oxygen system. The A10, F-18, actually the F-18 doesn't have this, but the A10 has this kind of thing. The F-5 has this type of panel. It's very military style. There we go. I wasn't even talking on COM 1, so no one heard my radio calls. But yeah, I really hope that this flight will demystify this airplane for you guys, and you'll be able to maybe understand a little bit more, buy it, and check it out and fly it. I think you'll really much enjoy this airplane. It probably quickly become one of your main airplanes. It's very good. Are these all modeled? No. I was gonna say there's no way that they did all these. But the top ones are. Let's just change boom mask. Nice. If you need to talk through your oxygen mask, that's how you do that. I don't know. I'm impressed. I like it. I think I'm usually pretty hard to please with this kind of stuff as well. Especially texturing and stuff. And FSX, it was one of the best hand-flying airliners, too. You can feel the weight of it almost. Yeah, and you can, too. So if you guys are just joining in, a quirk of this airplane is when you move the yoke, on a conventional airplane, when you move the yoke either left or right or up or down, let's say if I move it up and down, the elevator would move. So not the entire surface, but this portion would move. On the MD-80 series, when you move the elevator, just the trim tabs move, which in turn moves the elevator. Same thing with the aileron. When you move the yoke to the left or the right, the aileron doesn't move. Just the trim tab moves, which in turn moves the aileron. And that's why if you watch real-life videos of them landing this thing, they're putting so much yoke input because it is a very sluggish airplane. And I think it's very well captured in the sim as well. Only some circuit breakers look like they're modeled. Maddie says, strange question, but do you ever notice plane spotters in real life while landing or lining up? So it depends on the airport, because it depends if I know where to look. So if I'm landing in DCA, it's pretty easy to spot them, especially on the river visual. They're all there. But if it's like one person, it's hard to spot. But yeah, you can kind of see them sometimes, depending on where you're looking and if you know where to look and all that. Mr. Pilot Depth, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to go check out FO Pilot Depth, by the way, guys, on YouTube. Hopefully we'll see this airplane on your stream, Mr. Pilot Depth. I await that. I await that day. Oh, Enzo, I wish the A2A Constellation was here, man. I miss that airplane so much. I actually just reinstalled and repaid for Prepared 3D version 5. And I will be getting up to speed in the FS Labs Concorde and hopefully trying to make it streamable. And maybe we'll be doing some Concorde streaming in the near future. We shall see. Pilot says, me flying a MADDOG? Oh, brother. Hey, you got the 727. This is much easier than a 727. Look, you got auto throttle, you got LNAV, you got autopilot, you got VNAV. You also get auto land if you want it. It looks fantastic, and the performance is amazing on it. I know what you're thinking, Pilot Depth. This looks crazy, but it's not. I promise you. It's everything you just when you get this plane. I'm gonna say when you get this plane, fly it like a 737. Right? Start your engines. Make sure the gens are on the engine. Turn the APU gens off. Turn the APU off. Do your bleed stuff. Do your ignition. Do your auto brake. Do your flap and trim, and you're good to go. It's just a 737. I'm going to put this away now. You also have the skylights there, which is kind of cool for any celestial navigation if you'd ever like to do one. Turn those map lights on. I don't know if those are on. Turn those off. No way they modeled the mirrors. Points in the chat if anybody can guess what these mirrors are for. I like the other MD. The MD-11's awesome too, though. I won't fault you for that. The MD-11 is fantastic. That'll be on stream soon. I want to get back into Max as well. I've been flying the iFly Max in a long time. Yeah, and so Connie Concorde. Yeah, both of them are really, really good. Excited for the Majestic Q4 as well. They shared some progress. They've been taking like eons to create anything. It's kind of sad. Same with FS Labs and the Concorde as well. They haven't done anything, but... Does the MD have the option for old style nav computer still? What do you mean, like an older FMS or an INS? INS it doesn't have. Older one of these, I don't think you can do it through this. Let's check. Yep, there you go. Canadian PMS you can put in there if you wanted to. I'm not going to do it because I might dump the flight plan. But you do have it right there. I really hope Majestic eventually releases the Q4 runner for MSFS. Nice for some more jazz ops. Yeah, you can do some island, Toronto Island things out of there. Are mirrors for wingtips? Nope. The mirrors, if anybody can guess what the mirrors are for, you will earn my respect. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. I'm gonna go put a pizza in the oven. And it says you can learn. It's like FMS only with 9 waypoints. Oh yeah, that's more like INS style, which the Concorde does have that, and the 727 has that. You can, if you want that in Microsoft Flight Sim, I recommend getting the Flight Sim Studios 727. Has a full functional INS. Jimmy, you'd get used to it. Yeah, you'd get used to it. It's actually really simple. Sorry, I just got back. Put the pizza in the oven there. I'm 55 years old and I don't have a whole lot of get used to it anymore. No, it's if you can work in FMS, you can work in INS. It's different, but it's the same thing. You have to initialize it. So you put your coordinates in and tell you where it is, and then you just type the waypoint coordinates in with lat long information, and then it's going to automatically go from waypoint 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. So as you're flying, as you're doing your flight, and you've gone from waypoint, let's say you only get 9 waypoints, which you do in most INSs, you're flying from waypoint 1 to waypoint 2. Then when you pass waypoint 2, it'll go from 2 to waypoint 3. Now waypoint 1's been freed up, so you can go back and reprogram waypoint 1 into your 10th waypoint technically, and that's how that kind of works. So it's not that bad. I'll go ahead and lower our display there. We're also going to put our heading there. Got a 108 knot tailwind. That's looking pretty good. It's told us right there. There's a button somewhere here that's triggering. Oh, you know what it is? You can click the. Yes, I forgot. You can click this and it'll do it. Yeah, I'm clicking something. I remember there being something that does that, so that's what that was. Progress. We're gonna be there. Let's see, just under 30 minutes or so. Pizza for life. Yeah, love pizza. I've been on the fence to pick the plane up now with the L-1011 coming soon. Ooh. You know what? All I can say is this airplane is tried and true. It works perfectly well. No bugs with it that I can tell. So I know this one will be a good choice for you. The L-1011 just coming out, as it's a brand new airplane, might have a problem here and there. I don't know for sure. But that L-1011, you'll be sure I'll be picking up and streaming that. I love that type of stuff. So the 727 I love. I'm going to love that L-1011. I just re-downloaded P3D with the Concorde. So I'm going to be trying to get the settings to all look nice and do all that kind of stuff. And hopefully I'll be streaming that for you as well. I thought there's a way I can charge that, but I guess I can't. Maybe that's the Phoenix I'm thinking of. Window opens, by the way, guys, on the ground. The window does open. It has no washing issues. Yeah, it has no washing issues either, this airplane. I've learned so much in FMS stuff from your videos in the last few weeks. You make some seriously good videos on it. Lots of detail. Appreciate it. Thanks so much, Jimmy. Well, if you guys want, I can make a... I'm currently making a CRJ. I'm calling it the... What do I call it? CRJ PTS. Professional Tutorial Series. So I'm going to make part 1, part 2, part 3, all the way up until a full finished flight. And we'll do a full flight from the plan is going to be LaGuardia to Toronto, so nothing crazy long. And it'll be a part 1. I just actually filmed it today. It'll be coming out probably later today. It's going to be EFB and control settings. And then part 2 is going to be the cold and dark safety check. We're going to skip a walk around because no one wants to do that. So we're going to go from part 1 all the way to whatever it takes, probably part like 25. But we're going to make a brand new series on that. I can make a video as well, either on the similarities of the MD-80 or a maybe MD-80 is not so scary that people think kind of a video, just to kind of highlight how easy. I mean, look at this. Look how good that looks. Just to highlight how easy the MD-80 really is. A lot of people have a preconceived notion that's really, really difficult. It isn't. Like, it isn't that bad. You get used to it pretty quickly. Just a couple flights. If you're used to flying the 7.3, you'll get used to flying this pretty quickly. Only thing you will have to remember is the Alt select whenever you change your altitude. That's the hardest thing to remember, probably. But I'd probably say this is even easier than an RJ. I mean, if you could do the RJ, you can do this. The RJ has no auto throttle and no VNAV. So if you can fly the RJ properly, then it's not that bad. Now, I'm not saying I'm doing all the SOPs in this thing or a failure and anything like that, but just A to B flying, you should have no problem. You should be able to call the attendant for like a coffee or something. I swear they bring something. I swear that was a thing, wasn't that? Maybe it was that X-plane. They brought you a coffee. There's some rumors of A220 update this week. Love the sounds of the I hate those sounds, man. Maddie, I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's such a like back in time engine design, not in terms of the technology, but in terms of the sound. Like the whole thing of airplanes is supposed to get quieter. Now we have this thing that wakes people up at 5 a.m. going like, oh, when it changes out of idle. It's the most annoying thing, in my opinion, to ride on. And I'm an aviation nerd as well, but I hate it. Especially after like a 4-leg day and you're deadheading home and you're on a 220 trying to sleep, and that's all you hear when you're taxiing out and on approach. But I know a lot of people love that sound. I can't stand it. Don't want to talk about the politics. Only fuel first time in Dutch history. It's above €2. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, it's getting expensive over here as well. Yeah. Reaper says, do you have tutorials on VR/DME navigation and speed/descent management? I do have one on the speed/descent management. I don't have one on VOR because I don't think it was working, but I can definitely make one. Are you talking about in the CRJ specifically or just in general? I have a video on holds, which I'll probably redo. Holds in general. I filmed it with the 727, a holds tutorial, because people think it can't hold, but you can do holds. You just have to do a manual hold. But the CRJ holds are not really functioning all too well right now. 3 liters is 1 gallon. Yeah, that's quite incredible. Not sure if you're up to it. Would be really neat to see a video on the difference between CRJ and ERJ. I do love the short hop regional planes. I was thinking of doing one of those too. I just I have to re-download the EJet, and I don't use it enough to know. All I do know that is the EJet is automatic everything, and the CRJ is manual, a lot more manual. Have you tried Canadian macaroni in MADDOG? What? That's a challenge for you? I don't even know what that means. By the way, guys, since no one got it, these mirrors, believe it or not, when they built this airplane, they forgot about the compass. Oh, I'm thinking they forgot about the compass. So they put these mirrors in so you can see the compass that they'd install. It would be right up in there, I believe. So you'd angle those mirrors in case you needed to fact check your heading indicator with the compass. You'd have to angle your mirror, and you couldn't simply look back at it like this because it would be reversed, so the mirror shows the right the right data. Believe it or not. The Pratt & Whitney needs to be stopped. It will never be stopped. Well, you'll be 5 years from now. You'll be deadheading at the end of your 4-day pairing, wanting to sleep, and that dumb noise. It's such a... I hate that noise. It's so stupid. Dual cooling joking. Canadian FMS with the PMS, it has a Leonardo. MADDOG has other FMS system. It does, yes. Yeah, you can go here, aircraft options, and you can change it right here, Canadian/PMS right there. Some family on Vancouver Island was telling me a gas was $2.10 a liter. That's crazy. That's normal for Vancouver, though. I think that's normal. That's actually cheap. That's cheaper than usual. All right, let's start thinking about approach planning here, guys. So we're about halfway along our route. We're doing the Chipper 1 arrival, and still no ATC down there. Atlanta, the ATIS, they're using 28 right, 27 left, sorry, 26 right, 27 left, and 28. Let's go ahead and throw the belts on here. I am not Atlanta versed enough. I actually was just there last week, but I'm not Atlanta versed enough to know what runway they assign and all that kind of stuff. But I am coming from the northwest. So I would assume they'd give me 26 right. I could be wrong about that, but I'm going to plan for 26 right. So I'm going to go down here. Departure arrival. Actually, let's do the real thing. So what I like to do is weather weights plates. Thanks to Aviation Bros, we have a weather weights plates emoji for all you guys that are members of the channel. Thank you so much for being members. We have a weather weights plates emoji there. And what we're going to do, we have our weather. It is very light wind out of the east, 10 mile viz, few cloud, 25,000. So super, super VFR day. The altimeter setting of 3020. Put that in our standby altimeter there. Actually, it's 3019 now. So it's ready to go. We will select our performance. We will select landing, autofill, and selecting 26 right. Our landing weight, it's calculating 3600. Let's see. We're going to be landing with 9,000 pounds of gas on board. If we go over here to weight and balance, our zero fuel weight was 11,304. So that doesn't quite add up to its landing prediction. Let's see what the flight plan said. Flight plan says Oh no, yeah, it does. It does align with the flight plan quite well. Although the flight plan's 2,000 pounds heavier. Let's see here. First, let me put a timer on so I don't forget my pizza. We'll do 10 minutes. It's already been in there for 10 minutes. Second, we're going to do 11,300 plus 9,000 pounds of gas. So our landing weight's actually 120. Was that under our max? Yes, it is. 120, 300. Should be the calculated landing weight. It's dry, 26 right. It's all been input in there. It's actually 3009. No, 3019. Auto brakes will be minimum. Reverse, nah. And add the VRF is fine. Calculate. So actual land distance is 2,800 with the extra factored landing weight is 3,400 feet. So plenty of runway even without reverse. So that's no problem. Our go around will be 139. We'll set this for the speeds. There we go. And we have our VREF with flap 28 at, why did I say 73? That doesn't make sense. It's not 173. That'd be way too fast. Well, anyways, we're going to go down here and we're going to press our init ref index approach. Our gross weight will be 120.3. Flap 2834, a ref of 139, we'll call it. Departure arrival. Next page. 26 right. And let's see where we can take that from. The chipper has... That's probably Zelo or whatever it's called. Let's see. 26 right, 26 right, 26 right. Zelo it is. We can bring it from there. That's fine with me. We'll execute that. We're all good to go. Awesome. That added 15 minutes on top of our route, original time. So that's been added in. Let's go ahead and set our nav frequencies, which are for some reason up here. It's 10-1. And the approach course of 275. And we'll be good. And we will do the other side as well. 10-1, 275. Give you guys a briefing in a second, and we should be good to go. Hux has posted a diagram in Discord chat on mirrors and compass for MADDOG. Thank you. Appreciate that. I hopefully never have to use that diagram. We're going to go down here, set our auto brakes minimum. Set it on. Oh, it's only with the gear down. Forgot about that. Yeah, we'll get that later on. But other than that, we should be good to go. So I'll leave you guys in some cinematic views. Check on my pizza, go to the bathroom real quick, and we'll come back to the briefing. Thank you about that. Thank you, thank you. Let's just quickly check a top of descent here. Not for a while. So, yep, I'll leave you guys on the outside view. I am back. Pizza's almost ready. Hope you're enjoying the view. We're passing an airport over there. Yam says, don't forget to set the DH. We're doing a visual approach, so you don't really require a DH for that. Also, DH is a decision height. That'd be used Cat 2, Cat 3. You'd probably want to set the DA if you're doing Cat 1. But yeah, thanks Babs and Jimmy. Caught it. 110-1. This plane's beautiful. Look at the angle that it just cruises at. A little bit more nose up than your typical airliners, at least RJ wise. Let's go a little faster, why don't we? What kind of pizza? Maddie, I'm ashamed to say, but it is, and I am Italian by roots, but it is a Hawaiian pizza, and it is frozen. That's all I got. There, now we're getting faster. The nose should start to come down a little bit more. We're going to start flight recorder, so I don't forget about that. That's the really awesome thing about the new Aerosoft A340-600 is the flight recorder is built into the EFB. An amazing feature for content creators. The auto throttle noise is quite annoying. What I'm going to do, guys, though, is I'm going to set my altitude here down to 5,000 feet. I'm going to click the VNAV button. Alt cell as well, VNAV. So it's selected to hold 5,000 feet, and we're still in VNAV level. So it's, oh, it should not be descending because it says VNAV level. Let me go back to Alt hold. Bring it back up to 35,000 feet. VNAV climb. And Alt cell. Nope. Alt cell. VNAV level. Gonna let it capture. I'm going to take the shortcut here. Okay, now I'm going to lower it to 5,000 feet. And I'm not going to click the button. I'm just going to let it capture the VNAV whenever it's ready to do so. I'm pretty sure. I guess that's the VNAV path right there. But I was pretty sure that it would have a path down here. But we can just press VNAV in this and see what it does. There's the top of descent all the way over there. So in theory, it should go VNAV descent once it passes that, and it shouldn't go below 5,000. Ultimately. Cruising now. I'm gonna go get my pizza. Yoham says, dual engine start. No, we did a single engine start today. Fly with Adam, hello, welcome over. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. Adam, I hope to see this airplane on your stream, by the way, guys. Go check out Mr. Fly with Adam's channel. 100%. Toga take off. Sorry, this is an inside joke. I don't even know who it's making fun of. I just know he says it. You're unsubbing? Oh well. Can't win them all, guys. Can't win them all. Oh, there's a lots of thrust. Turn my terrain off. It's pretty flat out here. It's a beautiful day. This is live weather, pretty sure anyways. Yeah, live weather, just not live time. Guess I can go live time. There you go. There's live time. Maybe after the CRJ, Adam? Okay, cool. I'll hold you that. Well, Adam, I'm actually creating, not really as we speak, but in the background as we speak, a brand new step-by-step in parts CRJ tutorial series. I'm calling it CRJ PTS, Professional Tutorial Series. I just made the first part today. It'll be uploaded later today. It'll be EFB settings and control settings, control mappings you'll have to do. And then we'll do part 2, part 3, part 4, and all that. And it's going to be a flight that you'll be able to follow me on, which is LaGuardia to Toronto. And yeah. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that as my tutorials. Someone mentioned that the tutorials are kind of all over the place in terms of their... like, obviously I have the full videos that you can watch, but I don't have, like, parts. They're all... The part tutorials are kind of scattered, so I'm going to make it all in order. Same thumbnail, and part 1, part 2, part 3, and all that kind of stuff. You know, it says always must dual engine start, even if it means damaging the airplane. Yes. Yes, that is what you do. Johan, they didn't give me a refund for the Concorde, so I will be flying P through D a little bit more. I'm going to try to like it. I love the airplane, I just hit the sim looks like trash. Forgot how bad it looked. It's really cool that the wing control FCU, and if you have the 737, the PAP3, work with the MD-80. You just need a Mobi flight profile, and it works just fine. The Classy Traveler, hello, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I think it's your first time being here, so appreciate that. By the way, guys, we've gained 2 subscribers since we started this stream, so thank you so much for the subscriptions and all the likes and all that stuff. Yo, you gotta get this plane, my friend. I know you're paying for like flight school and all that expensive stuff, but flight sim is obviously more important. I'm gonna go get my pizza, and I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. I just completely destroyed a Dr. Ooker Casa de Mama's Hawaiian pizza. I'm not proud of it, but it happened. You can see that at top of descent, the airplane automatically started descending, which is awesome. I'm not liking all that situation there. Oh, it just has the missed approach built in. All right, that's fine. That is more than fine. Good to see you, Classy, as well. Thanks. FMC/MCDU compatible with any product? With any product? I don't know about any product, but with this product, the MCDU is, and the FCU is. I'm not sure about the FMC. Where are we headed? We're going down to Atlanta. Down to Atlanta. I never got that overlay, did I? There you go. Now the overlay's up. We got VNAV descent, 5,000 feet. Gonna put our setting in the go around mode in case we need it later. I'm gonna get the CTAF freak, which is, oop, I messed it up. 19.1. And 19.1 is what we're plugged into. Man, it's beautiful over here in Atlanta. Look how gorgeous it is. It's like 1 million mile visibility. Hotlanta, my old college town. Nice. I spent a couple nights in Atlanta. The performance on this aircraft is just fantastic as well. When you joined your call company, did you get a choice in what type you wanted to fly? If so, why did you choose CRJ? You get a choice and you don't get a choice. The way it works, at least for my company, was everybody's name goes in a hat. They pick the name from a hat, and if you're voted first, you get top choice of that class. And in that class, they had Q, Embraer, and RJ with various bases. The Embraers went first because they were closer to the places that most people wanted to live on the East Coast. And then all that was left was West Coast, RJ, and Qs. So when I got to my turn, I was fifth last. And there was one RJ slot left West Coast and 4 Q slots left West Coast. So I chose the RJ because I wanted a jet mainly. So my choices were going to be RJ, Embraer, Q, regardless of what really happened. But I also picked the RJ first, even more over an Embraer, is because the RJ at my company has much, much better routes, system-wide. Midtown can be fun. This time of year, it's fantastic. Everything is in bloom. Dogwood Festival is worth it if you haven't. Yeah, we don't really stay downtown anymore. There was an accident that happened with some of the flight crew and a local, so they changed our hotel. Interested to see how this sorts its speed out. I know this airplane is a brick, and it can bring its thrust right back to 0. So this is just the missed approach right here you guys are looking at. I know it looks kind of scary. Airplane's nosing on up. It's going to be decelerating to 250 knots. Vera says, oops, yeah. Oh, I guess it's not decelerating. It's just going to cold 300. I guess it doesn't need to go any slower or any lower just yet. It's below the path, which is good. I'm going to save myself some time. Go ahead and cut that. You guys remember what that mod is called to get rid of this 2-bar pop-up thing? I forgot what it's called. Maddie says, are you still based on the West Coast? I thought, nope, I'm East Coast, so I changed. It took me a year to get back to my home base, but we've eventually got here, thankfully. Captain Gator, hello, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. We're just on approach. We're in the arrival section on the MD-88. We're coming up from 10,000. I'm going to do 10,000 checks a little early because I'm sure I'm going to forget. So, oh, I didn't mean to do it 3 times. There you go. 4 beeps. Now, if this is modeled correctly, if I put the lights to extend, we should need more thrust. You can see the thrust is increasing slowly.
Atlanta traffic usual 3489 airline, runway 27 right.
And that's because I extended these lights, which cause actually a bit of drag, I've been told. Atlanta traffic, it's Delta 1125, approximately 25 to the west. We're doing the 111 arrival, Zelo transition, ILS 26 right at Atlanta. Hey CJ, welcome. Hello all. My favorite In my favorite today? Yeah, dude, this plane's awesome. I don't know if it's my favorite. It's high up there. I don't know what would be I mean, if I had an FS Labs Concorde in this sim, it would be my favorite one. But I don't know what my current favorite is. MD-11's high up there too. I love that plane. Love this aircraft. I always rage quit. Why? I actually find this aircraft incredibly simple. It does a lot of things for you.
Leonardo, traffic to the way 3489 is departing runway 27 right by the cement through departure of Leonardo traffic.
I'm in the 737 right now from Midway to Boston. Oh, nice. That's a cool one. It's like, what, an hour and a half or so? Not even? Maybe an hour and a half. There we go. There's the thrust reduction, and it's going to start slowing for 250. You can see the speeds coming down. Man, this thing drops speed like a rock. I mean, we are only doing 400 feet a minute, so that's fair. Try flying an Airbus, not going to work out. Yeah, the Airbus holds people's hands too much. You got to get to the 727 and then come to this airplane. Even the CRJ. If you fly the CRJ I think is harder than this airplane in flight. On systems wise, it's a lot easier because everything's automatic in the RJ for the most part on the system side of things. But no VNAV, no auto throttle in the RJ. It's a little harder in flight. But I mean, this thing's not bad. If you fly it like a 7.3, you'll be just fine. The 11 is awesome as well. 727 is up there as well. I wish the Alta 11... Yeah, the Alta 11 looks really cool. The F100 I never owned. The A300 I've never tried. And I might have to quit. Yeah, to quit your job. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. All right, we're going to go on... we're going to do heading select. Or not. I guess my panel's not going to work. What we are going to do is flight level change. IAS Mach 250. Bring our thrust back. And now it's kind of like speed mode in the CRJ. It's going to hold 250 knots with descent rate only. We're also going to come down here and sequence our FMS. With starts at 0. I don't know if you can do it in this airplane actually, but I'm going to try. Nope. Direct intercept. 0. There we go. Course is the approach course of the runway 275. There we go. Now we've sequenced our FMS. We're going to press heading mode though. Just heading select. Atlanta traffic, Delta 1125, right downwind, 26 right, turning final shortly. It'll be a 15-mile final. Actually, probably be closer than that, but All right, let's go ahead and turn on inbound a little bit. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and turn on a little bit more. We're going to get rid of our spoiler. We're going to lower our altitude to 3,000 feet. That's armed to level off. We'll do vertical speed about 1,000 feet a minute is just okay with me. And we'll start to slow her down. We'll do 210 for the time being. We're going to check. We're going to press auto land. Not getting any sort of localizer alive just yet. There we go, loc captured. We can back off. Oop, we can back off our vertical speed just a little bit. We got land armed, localizer captured, and we're in vertical speed. We'll select flap 1, which is slats. They're very, very quick to react, those slats. Gonna go ahead and arm our spoiler. I think this is with the gear, but I'm gonna try it anyways. Yep, with the gear I have to do that. Will you fly the Q415 release? Oh yeah, for sure. I used to fly that thing a lot. Oop, didn't mean to press that one. Meant to press the heading. There we go. Atlanta traffic, it's Delta 1125. 10 mile correction, 12 mile final. 26 right, Haynes. 1,000 to go. Got runway visual in sight, so it's a visual landing, visual calls, stable by 500. There's the glide slope. Can lessen this vertical speed even more. Whoop, not that much. My FCU panel kind of jumps around. We'll do 300 feet a minute, it's just okay with me. Start our recording. ILS. But not gonna lie, I want to get the whole MADDOG pack, but I'm poor. Dude, the MADDOG is fantastic, man. It's really, really good. Really, really good. Glide slope alive. It is fantastic. You will really enjoy it. Alrighty, let's get the next stage of flaps set here, and we will slow down. And we're going to grab our gear down as well. Awesome. We should get a glide slope captured right there. That's perfect. We will set 4,000 for the missed approach altitude. I don't think I can arm that. Oh, yeah, I pressed it, but nothing else happens. That's fine. We'll continue on slowing down to our final approach speed here shortly. Do about 170 to a 5-mile final or so should work just fine. And now that the gear is down, I can arm my... Still? Huh. Maybe I have to be in final flap selection. I thought it was when the gear goes 3 green, but I guess not. To our next flap setting. It's the outer marker. Not a lot of airplanes have that still, or anymore. Flap 28 here. And we'll slow to the final approach speed. 139. And the final flap setting. We're going to do a full flap 40. We don't really need it, but whatever. Check. Auto go around his arm. Atlanta traffic Delta 1125 short final 26 right. Atlanta. They need to be in landing config. Interesting. That's an interesting design feature. All right, well, gear down, 3 green. Flaps 40 set and indicating. Actually, we're doing flap 28 is what we're supposed to do. Boop, you go back up there. Auto brakes are armed. The lights are on as well. We are go and land. We're going to go ahead and hand fly this thing, guys. Sorry the cameras aren't working today. I'd never had them set up, but hopefully you'll forgive me there. Now my autopilot button's not working either. Let's go ahead and press it here. Check. Check. Disarm our auto thrust. There we go. Reset my view. Oh, I can see my profile has changed as the pitch is crazy sensitive. That's okay. We shall fix it. It's inner marker. 10. Come on. There you go. Hold that nose. I'm going to go manual braking because it doesn't look like the brakes do a whole lot. Oh, I really wanted to take that exit. There we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. She floats. That was not bad for the first one. I think it was pretty decent. This is it's handcrafted scenery, so no, unfortunately, there's not like a good scenery for this airport, but that's fine. That traffic's Delta 1125 clearing 26 right. A no flap landing? Yeah, we practice those ones in the sim quite a bit, actually. They're not that hard. You just got to flare a lot later. You just got to fight the urge to flare. We do no flap landing, no slat landing, no flat but slat landing. We practice all that stuff in real training situations. But all these airplanes in these sims they have way too much lift near the ground. There's nothing floats that much in real life. I can guarantee you. It wasn't my first of all time. I've had this airplane. I mean, I've been flying flight sims for 15 years. I've had this in P3D a long time ago as well. But it's, I think, my second or third in this sim. I don't really do it a whole lot. Go ahead and bring the flaps up. Get rid of all these lights. Don't really need those anymore. Put that on dim. Go ahead and turn our navigation light just to navigation and not strobe anymore. Let's stop the recording. I'm just going to disconnect from VATSIM because there's no one here anyways, so I'll just do that part now. Doesn't really matter. Auto brakes can go off. Our spoilers have been reset already. Everything's looking quite good. Hope you guys enjoyed the arrival there. Oh, I accidentally clicked the window. Had a CFI question you might have missed if you don't mind. Yeah, for sure. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and close that window, though. If I remember how to do that. There you go. Perfect. It's nice and easy. Clear left, clear right. I like that this airplane basically taxis just at idle thrust. You can obviously add a little more like I'm doing right now, but you don't need to necessarily, if that makes sense. I have no idea where Delta Park's here, so I'm just going to pick a random gate. I'm assuming here, because I see some Delta hangars there. See if a question right around the time I got a new glasses prescription. I've been landing side loaded and can't figure out where I'm pointed down the runway. Have you seen this before? No, but if that's just happening now, you might want to go back to where you got your glasses and see if they can adjust it. Maybe there's a lens that's maybe they made a mistake in the lens, probably not, but maybe it's just the way it fits on your head. But no, I haven't seen that. Could just be an occurrence of just getting used to the glasses as well. Let's go ahead and start the APU. Let's maybe be on a line, but whatever. Who cares? Any numbers anywhere? What does that say? $34. All right. Echo. Call it 30. We'll stop just around here. Next page, 30. Nope. Also, Delta lands about everywhere. I think you saw a lot of 88s around B terminal. Oh, I'm at E. Uh-oh. Oh, well. You guys know I barely even do the parking. I usually just go right to the replay. I can't be bothered, to be honest. I do this enough for work. This is not the fun part. APU is running. We can put the APU on the gen for when we turn the engines off. Can turn all our lights off. Whoop, other way around. Oh, look at that. They have the symbol working as well. That's kind of cool. I'm going to shut down one engine here. Oh, I had my wrong throttle that was working. There we go. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 2, stop. All right, hold the brakes, hit the brakes, let go of the brakes. Parking brake is set. And the other engine, the APU is taking the load. The other engine can come down as well. Parks, yeah. Yeah, that is true, Vero. They're kind of, this entire airport is Delta's airport. And anyways, you do the full shutdown, all that. We're going to restart it up, and we're going to go ahead and do the replay, which is the fun part, in my opinion. Please. There we go. Set it to ready takeoff position. We'll set our flaps back to 28. Awesome. We'll set all the lights on. Yep, that way. That way is perfect. Spoilers can go armed. And we can press GS. You can go away, replay. We already disconnected from VATSIM as well, so we're all good on that front. Gonna get a lot of warnings for this replay, I think. Why am I upside down? No one knows. There we go. There we go. That's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was the beautiful Leonardo MD-80. Probably not the first time on... probably not the last time on the stream here. And we will be doing the flight. I feel like this plane... I don't know why. I just get like East Coast night raining comes to mind. So maybe like a Boston rainy night or something like that. I kind of want to do that, this airplane into. I think that'll be really cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the approach. I had a good time flying it. Hand flies pretty well. I do have to change my sensitivity. I think my yoke. Let me bring up my Moza software. I think it was in. I think it was in my MD-11 profile. Oh, not my MD-11. My 737-500 profile. I was just testing that before the stream. By the way, if you ever take a CRJ in here, park at E for this one out at least. Remember, if you're, yeah, the Endeavor RJs. Sounds good. Sounds good. Whoa. Beauty. Beauty, beauty. Hand flies real well. Not a lot of flare needed, which I don't believe personally, but that's just what my experience tells me. On the way these types of airplanes are designed, usually these swept back kind of aircraft with the T-tail, you need quite a bit of flare, but this one, not much. not much of anything. Anyways, I'm going to mute my mic now, guys, and I will talk to you guys later. We'll do some more replays. I want to say thank you to all you guys watching, all you guys commenting, liking, do all that great stuff. We will see you on the next stream. Have a look out for the CRJ brand new tutorials that'll be coming out as well. So that is it for me. We will see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys so much.